Welcome back to another special edition Opinion Planet podcast on a football Sunday, and a guest that we all know from a few years back. A busy episode indeed. I'm your host, Nocam again, back here to introduce the haphazard occurrences for the week. According to UKActive.com, a study in 2017 suggests that an average adult in the UK spends more time on the toilet than they do exercising, with an average of 3 hours and 9 minutes on the toilet each week. Conversely, they spend about 1 hour and 30 minutes on average being physically active. What this study defined being physically active is unknown to me. And finally, tonight's trivia. As of 2021, how many podcasts are out there on the internet? We'll return with the answer after we catch up with the hosts.
I feel cheated. I already think I know the answer to that trivia, but anyhow,
Oh, okay.
I'm one of your co-hosts, Amadeus Kyouma.
And I'm your other co-host, GymBagBob.
And I'm your host, Nocam, once again.
Woo.
Beautiful. Yeah. All right.
Is it beautiful? What defines beauty to you? What's the most beautiful thing that you've ever seen in the world?
Twigs. Those
Twigs?
are super skinny.
Okay. All right, fair.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if our fans know this, but I prefer people paper thin.
And by paper thin, it's not like a euphemism, but is borderline literal.
Preference, yeah, literal.
Preference. I thought it was a requirement.
It's okay. Yeah, there we go. It's a requirement. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm having some stupid technical issues. Oh, that's what it is. That's stupid.
What other requirements do you have in people? In that sense of the word.
I don't know. I mean, everything else has. I mean, I don't care if it's superficial as long as they're not, as long as they're like as thin as paper.
Like that's the only thing that you care about, though.
That's the only thing. That's
okay.
Yeah. No, they could literally physically abuse me, but as long as they're as thin as paper, I mean.
Why do you like paper thin so much?
So how's your guys' week?
Not terribly exciting.
Painful.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm trying to even remember what I've done this week. I think this is actually the first time in a while I think where I've worked a full week. No vacation, no COVID, no just like not wanting to work and calling in sick.
How'd that go?
I mean, it was okay. I don't know, it felt nice to some extent. Week felt like it went by pretty quick.
Right.
But otherwise, it's been more of the same. NCA hasn't contacted. I'm still at my current job.
I was just going to ask about that. I'm surprised that still they haven't said anything yet.
I plan on emailing them tomorrow. Again, just being like, hey, are you fucking serious? You guys work in the same building. Can you just fucking get the letter, or can you do what I asked of you and that you said you'd be able to do a month ago?
Shouldn't be that much of a process.
No, it is. They're teachers. They're always overworked. I get that you're teachers and that you have shit to do. But, like, fucking be better.
Just be better.
This is what it's like when you don't have someone that you have to report to at your job. You just dictate your own tempo, and then you're slow.
Not quite my tempo.
Yeah, that's me too.
That's the boss I aspire to be if we ever get an intern for this podcast.
That's
tell them to speed up and slow down when they're doing their introductions.
Otherwise, yeah. Today has been. I mean, I guess this weekend has been, I guess, my Valentine's Day special with my lovely, lovely girlfriend. Aside from going to Country Kitchen, I guess it's just been pretty normal. I'm
You went
really
to
tired.
Country Kitchen?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Well, it was okay, actually.
It's kind of sad.
All right, what would you have done? All right, say someone's taking an interest in you. Where do you take them?
I just simply don't go anywhere. Sigma male
No.
mindset, all right?
All right, no. All right, cunt. Someone has an interest in you.
Or probably McCormick's.
I mean, that's a decent choice, yeah.
It's literally just a better Country Kitchen.
How is it better?
Country Kitchen more.
It just has more class. You know, you
How?
feel more self-respecting. You don't feel like you're in a nursing home.
Both of them have really old clientele.
Yeah, but like you have like the super like liberal old people that go to Country Kitchen, then you have like the super conservative people that go to McCormick's.
So you prefer really old white conservative men?
Yeah. It's just like they're war veterans.
Democrats can't be war
No.
veterans. Okay. All right. It's been yeah, a little bit.
Name one Democrat war veteran.
Tulsi Gabbard.
What's his name?
Her name is Tulsi Gabbard.
It's a female?
Yeah.
They're not allowed to be in wars. All
Okay.
right. Yeah, it's misinformation bullshit. All right. How was
Great start.
what?
Great start.
Yeah. We're back to our roots. Should I
I'm
stop
trying.
gaslighting like everyone?
I'm trying not to go back to our roots. I'm trying to ask questions. I'm trying to get both of you to open up more. I'm trying to press you on
Oh,
things that you
really?
say to gain, more information from the two of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Joe Rogan over here, yeah.
Well, yeah, might as well. I mean, I listen to his podcast so fucking much. I'm starting to take a little bit of notes from it.
You're obsessed. But all right.
To some extent, sure. I listen to it basically every day, and it's enjoyable.
So you're a Joe Rogan stan.
Did you listen to the podcast at all?
Huh?
Our own podcast yet?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, I talked about it. It was episode. It was one of our older ones. I'm still working my way
Mhm.
up.
Mhm.
I haven't gotten to our reboot ones yet.
Yeah.
Molly said she was just annoyed with the first one with the reboot. So I mean it's I'm looking forward to it because of the shit quality. But
I mean,
yeah,
it's
I mean I've
honestly not
been
that bad.
well, yeah. But compared to at least probably 6 and up.
Anything past like the second episode, from what I remember, it's a bit more effort on. At least I know my end. It seems to be a bit more quality wise. Not even from 6. That feels.
Well, I mean that's probably why I need to watch it. You got a little bias in your part, yeah.
Well, don't we all?
No, I'm
No,
completely neutral.
that's
I'm
boring
always
then.
critical of myself. I'm never wrong.
What's it like being a narcissist?
It takes one to know one.
Sure. So what's it like?
I mean, you know what it's like. You're better than everyone. Everyone else, you can be critical of them,
Mhm.
no matter what position they're in, what, happened in their life or what they're going through right now. It's it's their fault. Like
It's
if
not
they
bad.
if they trip or something on the ground, it's I wouldn't have done that. I'm
Yeah.
better than that.
Well, this is interesting. So, say a person at Walmart needs help grabbing something from the top shelf. Would you help them?
Well, I'd simply just I'd grab it, act like I'm giving it to them, but like just kind of place it in my own cart and then just keep walking.
if you could get them one as well.
Yeah, that's someone asked me that. I usually helped them.
You help them?
Yeah,
I like this. This is look, our personalities swapped completely.
I
maybe,
think you did.
maybe, but I don't think so. I think small acts of kindness, someone needs help
Well,
with
I
grabbing
mean,
it.
you're someone who normally never really gave a shit about small acts of kindness in the past.
I mean, it doesn't really matter, but like, I'm not losing anything by doing it.
You're not gaining anything either.
No. So I guess I'm just susceptible to requests for help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm playing a character here. I was like a narcissistic cunt, and then you're being genuine.
Okay, Doctor Disrespect.
Okay, so you are genuine then.
Yeah,
All right, all right. You seem like you go through a lot of personalities.
that's a good thing, isn't it? That
I
I'm not
guess. I
just
mean,
the
it
same
shows
person.
growth. Yeah.
No, I'm sure in a couple of months I'll be back to making fun of you for helping someone with one simple thing. Why the fuck did you help him? You don't have to do that. Are you fucking stupid, dumbass?
Shopping cart.
Yeah, probably. I'm sure we'll
Probably
get
to
back to
what?
it. Whenever we see each other in person, it'll go back to well, why the fuck would I help you with anything mentality?
It's like whenever I go around you, your testosterone just spike. You just get angry.
I think competitiveness spikes.
Competitiveness.
Yeah,
Well, competitive over what?
everything.
Now, if you're concerned about something, Molly isn't necessarily paper thin. So, if you if you're going to be concerned about that, just don't be.
I don't talk to other people a whole lot. I have more and more limited social interactions with people that are competitive or that can be at least. I mean, I talk to Molly, not very competitive for most things. And then the guest that we had on 2 weeks ago, Isaac, he can be competitive, but mm, we aren't competitive with each other for the most part.
Okay, so it's just when I'm around, your masculinity just kind of comes out.
I guess you could word it like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd say,
I bring out your toxic masculinity.
sure.
I mean, yeah.
All right,
As an outside person, that's very accurate.
I'd like to hear Molly's definition of toxic masculinity. Because it is a real thing, but everyone has a different definition for it.
Me. So I don't know how to describe it. It's just the two of you. It's just anytime you guys are bickering and stuff, that's just how I view toxic masculinity.
Arguments cannot be toxic masculinity.
I mean, I guess, but
Well, I mean, they can be, just. So you're saying essentially, if you're looking up toxic masculinity in the dictionary, it would just tell you Carter and Jason's
it's my
relationship.
definition.
I mean, I think some of it is showing lack of emotions.
Mhm.
It's
Always being. I'm gonna look up a
trying to-
definition.
it's like you're trying to show that you're better.
The fuck is toxic masculopathy?
I've never
Or
heard of that
retinal
one.
toxicity that is associated with malarial agents such as plaquenil and chloroquine. These medications are all right. This has nothing to do with masculinity.
Chloroquine. Interesting.
There we
Isn't
go.
that used in treating COVID?
All right, toxic masculinity. Okay, this is the Wikipedia's definition. Wonderful. All right, so
Fine.
is thus defined by adherence to traditional male gender roles that consequently stigmatize and limit the emotion boys and men may comfortably express while elevating their emotions, such as anger. It is marked by economic and political and social expectations that men seek and achieve dominance. I mean, that's kind of hits all of them right there. Yeah, like the whole your wife shouldn't be making more than you. Um,
I mean,
Political. Like no woman should be in office. I don't know how else we would. What else would be political?
it would have to be just no women in office or in any sort of governmental power. I think that's the only way. It's just that's not traditional.
Yeah.
Looking, even what maybe like 50 years ago. Yeah,
I mean, I guess in the Western civilizations, modern Western civilizations, I guess. I mean, thinking of it, quote unquote, traditionally. I mean, what there's been civilizations that like had, women in predominantly
yeah.
political.
There were matriarchies. I know thousands of years ago, tribes basically ran by women.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, the lines of quote unquote traditional begins to get blurred. But I mean, I know it's like with that one Congress guy who was talking about porn. I don't know how to describe it, but when you see it, you know what it is.
Interesting. What are your thoughts on porn, Jason?
Porn.
Yeah.
What do I? What specifically do you want to know?
Do you have any thoughts about it as a whole? What's your favorite kind? What do you not like to watch?
It exists. How about you? I'm curious.
No, all right. I'll answer the question, but I asked it first.
Okay, but like I don't know where to go from there. I mean, it's
I just gave you a possible way to answer. I gave you multiple ways to answer. Do you want me to lead by example?
yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Like most men, or males, I should say, probably found out about it way too early on due to the access of the internet. And the more, I guess, I hear people talk about it, how detrimental it can be to your brain's growth and development and your expectations for what uh, sex can be like in a relationship. Studies also saying that, yeah, it gives you this false idea of what sex is actually like. One, you're probably not physically capable of pulling it off. And two, it starts to, you're only attracted to the extremes that you see. I think the idea is like you start off with, your vanilla stuff, and then it's like, well, I've seen this for so long, I need to go further. I need to find something more fucked up that gets me more aroused.
Yeah.
And then the process just evolves from there up until you're looking at scat, and then you
Fuck.
really just need to fucking shoot yourself at that point. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, I think it serves a role, and I think like all thing, it's another drug that you don't think that it's that bad or that it's just a thing to watch, but then if you just don't if you're not thinking, okay, this is what I'm actively doing, if it's like a nightly occurrence, or if say you're with someone and every time you guys fuck, it's just not exciting for you, then I'd say porn is probably an issue. Like all things, moderation is key. Um,
Or if like you're on like number 10 on a Pornhub page or something.
yeah, I know there's also a bunch of fucked up shit in the industry as well. People getting underpaid. I mean,
Definitely, yeah.
good for women. It's a field where they get paid far more than men do. So, uh,
Yeah, why isn't any political figure talking about that?
why don't you run for office and bring it up?
For every dollar a woman makes in the porn industry.
Yeah. Otherwise, I don't think it can definitely be harmful, and I think there's been research. I'm sure if I typed it in, I could find maybe a study or two talking about the detrimental effects on the brain. So I think, like all things, there should be more education about what exactly people are getting themselves into.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I mean, I don't really feel comfortable talking about things that I've personally enjoyed watching. So I'm not gonna divulge my search history. I will
Yeah.
say, that the people that do dojinshi, or basically drawing shit, uh, very talented people. When I used to use Tumblr more frequently, I basically only followed NSFW people, and there is very clear differences in terms of like the quality of art style that
Didn't
people
Tumblr
try to.
get rid of that too?
Well, okay. They did back in, I think, like 2017 or 2018. They made a massive campaign to remove a lot of the porn from their website, which is primarily what it was used for. And they got rid of a lot of main accounts. However, even today on my account, I know there's still a bunch of people, or I could still find the stuff. It wouldn't be as
Interesting.
accessible, I guess,
All right.
but I could still
Yeah.
find it.
But yeah, I mean, this is just a topic in general that I haven't actually just talked about. I mean, really? So I'm not really that versed in the knowledge of, the spectrum of topics I could talk about here.
Well, it's good that
But yeah.
I'm bringing you out of your comfort zone. So, Jason,
Yeah.
tell me your thoughts on porn.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I kind of like, when I was younger, I kind of discovered it when, I wasn't even searching for it
Mhm.
at all. It was, I was one of those like innocent kids, back in when we were in NDMA.
Mhm.
Someone was talking about XXX, and I was asking, "What is that?" And then some kid said, "Well, it's something that so and so would probably watch," making fun of some other kid.
Mhm.
That never really cleared anything up. A couple years later, we had this family tablet.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah. For some reason, my my dad was using that for his enjoyment.
Mhm.
So just
That's bad parenting.
so in I was gonna go on it. There's cool apps you can get on there. Like those generic like old Android games.
Yeah.
Like you can turn it and then turn the tablet and then the gyros in it. It'll make the water come out.
Mhm.
Just like gimmicky shit like that. That's what I'd use it for. And then yeah, when you go on like Chrome or something, and then they have like most recently viewed web pages or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just had one of those on there. After that, I didn't feel like using the tablet anymore.
Sure.
That was my, you know, introduction to it, I guess. Yeah, that's uh, people learn about it a variety of ways at a younger age, and then
Yeah.
that causes, depending on how early you learn about it, it can develop quicker. Like, actual addictions or going deeper into, you know, fetishes and whatnot. And then, yeah, that's. I think it's something like a cigar or a cigarette. It's not necessarily healthy, but I mean, you do it out of enjoyment, and then you do it too much, it can get out of hand, and real health detriments can take place there.
Yeah. I mean, I think a comparison to a cigar is a good example. Too much is bad, but I mean, you can learn something from it. You can have some fun.
You can do it. Yeah, it's not necessarily 100% positive, but I mean,
Well,
yeah,
what things that are enjoyable are 100% positive.
I guess.
There's not a whole lot. I mean, there are some things like actual hobby stuff.
Working
It's
out.
always Yeah. But like I'd
That's
say there's a
like if you have motivation to do that.
porn is very simple. It's very detached. You just pull up a web browser and bam,
I could
type in a few
literally just
words.
look up porn, like
Yeah.
4-letter word, and I could,
Mm-hmm.
have my hand at it right now during the podcast if I wanted to. It's super easily accessible.
Yeah.
I think that's another problem. I don't like to pretend that we're like a perfect civilization and that we'd never, we would never like divulge in, you know, uh, yeah, degeneracies like
Mm-hmm.
such as that. But, at the same time, there has to be some level of moderation beyond, are you 18?
I mean, no website can really verify that as well. I don't know. I think it's something that falls on another responsibility that falls onto parents
Mm-hmm.
in the modern age is talking to your kids about it.
You could also make it like you always have to sign up through email or some shit. Make it more subscription based. This is going to upset some people. But I
I
mean,
feel like
still.
they would lose a bunch of viewers from that,
Oh yeah, with
so
how
they would never
massive the
want it.
porn industry is, along with, the oil industry and shit, you'd have to be very deep in politicians' pockets to even pull that off to begin with. But yeah.
What about you, Molly? What are your thoughts on the porn industry or the subject as a whole?
I don't know. I feel like I was in middle school when I first learned about it. I never really cared about any of that stuff. I don't know, just vibed. I still am child, not legally, but like I don't know. I never cared about learning about any of it, so I just never cared enough to look it up. But good for the women that in that industry for making more money than men. Most people watch it for the woman anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I was in middle school as well. It was like, yeah, just immediately, yeah, you're just vibing. You don't really. At least how I discovered it, it disturbed me. But
That's unfortunate. I remember it was like fourth grade. That's when around that time, fourth grade, I'm pretty sure.
really,
Yeah. A YouTube deep dive late at night down a rabbit hole. Oh, what's this? A video talking about how reproduction works. Oh, they have videos? Oh, there's a camera? Oh, what am I
okay,
watching? I remember thinking to myself, I shouldn't be watching this, and I continue to still watch it anyhow.
okay, yeah. Uh,
I was young when I found out what sex was because my mom forced me to watch shows that had sex in them.
Mhm.
So like
dude,
I knew what it was, but
I don't even know if I knew directly what it was. Maybe I just like, got some innuendos of it, or like, just implied.
You didn't know enough innuendos. I still remember you having to ask our English teacher what 69 meant.
Fair enough. Yeah. Well, that's just how shows you how little versed I was. Even then, we didn't even. Yeah, we didn't even get the talk until my parents divorced, and then at that point, I was like, what, in high school? Which we didn't really. We kind of knew everything.
I knew everything. Let's be Again,
Yeah.
I regret that to some extent. I didn't need to know it, and I'm not sure. I don't know with if there's been a massive impact on my brain. I don't think there has been.
Yeah. I don't know how it directly affects me since I didn't go out of my way to look for it, but yeah, it's
So
something that's
whenever you did look for it, Jason, what did you type in the search bar?
I don't even fucking remember. I think it was.
Oh,
I think it
sure.
was the same as you. I think it was like YouTube. Just kind of. Well, I've seen something like this before. I don't. No, I don't remember the first time. At least in, looking that crap up.
I remember one of the first things I remember looking up, and this was 8th grade, if I remember right. I just heard about it. Tentacle hentai.
Yeah, I know. I remember you talking to me about that in the computer lab in middle
Yeah,
school.
I don't recall that part. I just recall hearing about it and then looking it up on Google Images and then thinking, this is where the rabbit hole goes.
Yeah. Flaming Fossil suck a fat one. I'm watching OPP Rule 34 as I listen to this.
The fuck?
Uh, it better be of none of the hosts here, all right? Because you're getting into some dangerous territory there. Don't tread on me.
Wait, what's the Rule 34 of us? Is there fan art of Nocam's character icon and myself just going at it?
No, it would be your character icon and mine. So I'd just be with. So it would be my character icon with that one with Monica.
All right, I'm not comfortable with that. I don't like that mental image.
I'm not
So
either
wait a
because
minute.
my person just looks like some hipster. So
So wait for Molly and I, then it's Monica and a cat. That's
Oh shit. I was thinking it was the one I have on Discord at first.
that's
if we're going by our Discord profile pictures, and I'm a fucking bird with metal talons.
There's a
Oh,
chicken in
that one?
mine.
Yeah, my Discord icon, because no one probably knows this. It's a Judas Priest album.
Well, I mean, they should know it if they're a reoccurring fan. It's of Jason's profile picture and just a pic of Carter. Oh
Um,
shit. I mean, if you have a link somewhere, I just want to report it. I'd like
I
to
mean, okay,
know so I can get that crap off the internet. But
I
I
would be
mean,
disturbed, but
send
I
send
would
the link to
encourage them.
me in my PMs. What?
I'd be disturbed, but I'd encourage it. That shows fan interaction.
Yeah. Need another or backup? I like the point topic. Okay. Yeah. We're kind of getting to that point. I thought they would be pretty
A message?
Yeah, no, I just messaged them recently. Oh, there we go. He messaged me back. Oh, he says he's ready. So I guess his Discord is just off or something like that. All right. So anyway, so while we figure this out, we're gonna do a advertisement from Carter that we kind of had in our stockpile that we forgot to do last time. Beautiful. All right. And then when we're back, we should be back with our guest.
Wonderful.
Thanks for popping in. I was doing the advertisements here, so like mid advertisement, you just kind of. Actually, I don't know if that even went through, but
It definitely didn't because I have the TV going right now. I would have heard it.
wonderful. All right, so we just have a blank spot in our podcast. That's wonderfully.
I didn't know you were doing them here.
I normally do them in sleepy time. Maybe I need to have like a private one where I.
Private one for those.
You know, I'm making
Oh, no.
one right now.
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Oh no, I come in on my TV now.
Shit, you can hear yourself. That's wonderful.
It's incredible. That means I'm live on the podcast right now, actually.
Yeah, you are. And yeah.
That's crazy. I'm eating pizza rolls.
That's crazy, man. How are the pizza rolls? I've grown.
Honestly, they're very mid. They got a little underdone, but I was too lazy to reheat them.
I've grown to hate them after a while.
Well, thing is, whenever I make pizza rolls, I at least air fry them or I make them in the oven. I don't microwave pizza rolls because I'm not a fucking monster.
Okay, well there we go. Yeah, I mean if it's microwave, then yeah, that's when degeneracy starts coming in.
I agree. Speaking of,
My bad. All right, just working on some stuff on my end. All right. Speaking of degeneracy, what now?
I was about to start packing my my vase. Yeah, that's what we're gonna go with.
Your vase. All right.
Yeah. It's got a slushy in it right now, or what was a slushy. I think it's all melted now.
Nice.
Oh, it's definitely all melted.
Hey, so yeah, so I think we actually do have our other guest, but this has been our advertisements since apparently it didn't work. So to me, you saved the.
You get a surprise guest appearance from me.
Yeah, to me, you saved the podcast. All right.
Sweet, awesome.
All right.
Okay. Bye,
Yeah.
Jason.
Yep. See it. All right, that was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, the advertisement wasn't coming in for my computer audio. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's just always something that with my audio. But I mean, Isaac just randomly popped in and started making noises, and I thought he was like interrupting the audio, but it wasn't even coming through. So no, that's good. I told him that he saved the podcast because he just popped in during some fucking frustrating technical difficulties. So there we go. That was our advertisements. It was a surprise appearance of Flaming Fossil, and we'll be hopping into callers, and we'll be waiting for our guest.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. Season 6 wrapped up production of Better Call Saul.
That's yeah. Hopefully, maybe December.
Hopefully fucking sooner than that.
Really? Because they got like editing and stuff.
I was expecting like a summer release. I know a lot of people were talking about it.
Summer release.
Hopefully. Molly, what was the highlight of your day?
Highlight of my day.
Yeah.
Brat.
How so?
I got Brat's doll.
Which one?
Chloe. Target finally came through. Finally had one other than Sasha.
In a Bratz death battle, who wins?
Brat's babies, Brat's kids, or regular
Regular Bratz.
Sasha.
Why?
She has more of a fighty attitude.
But like,
Chloe's just gonna break down and cry.
What do each of them have a job?
Well, they all work and own a magazine.
So it's not all right.
All right, so he says he's where is the color section? Oh, that's Reddit.
Did you not?
You
give
know,
him
it's
access?
been so long since I've given someone color privilege. He now has color access, so he can pop in. All right. Wow. All right.
Nice. Great host.
Yeah, this is a shitty host moment. Also, predictions for the Super Bowl that's going on right now. I said that the Rams were going to win because we paid off the coaches, or we paid off the refs. So,
What's the other team playing?
Bengals. So,
Oh fuck.
it is 13-10. Rams are on top. So, I mean, it looks like our investment is working.
Did you bet our entire company's fortune on
Yeah.
the Super Bowl?
Philomonco and Opinion Planet podcast.
Oh, nice. That's good to know that our entire company future relies upon a game of good all American fucking football. It's
Yeah,
great.
with that being said, we do have our guest in here.
Yeah. Hello.
You. All right. How's your night been so far?
It's been all right. How about your guys' stuff?
It's been good.
Yeah. We
Is my audio good, or is it?
yeah, it's good.
Yep.
All
Yeah,
right.
keep it at that. I just fixed it for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
so far the night's been pretty good. So far, only really the primary thing we've talked about was the impact of porn on our young minds and how the side effects of that. It's been otherwise, yeah. It's been interesting. I guess for all guests listening, this is Black Lung, right? That's what we're going with.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Just wanted to say it a little, have an easier time remembering it.
Right.
Anyhow, I was gonna ask, what do you Black Lung, what do you do with your life? What's a typical day like for you?
I work full time now. I work at a warehouse
Mhm.
in Chanhassen. I work full time for so I track shipments and make sure shipments arrive. And then I do a lot of that stuff. So I pretty much just wake up early as hell,
Same.
want to dread and kill myself midway through the day, and then get home. And then I make dinner and I head to the gym and then rinse and repeat.
Nice, nice. A gym rat. I kind of wish I was one as well. It seems fun. Uh,
Yeah.
you
So what
mentioned
do you,
tracking, or yes.
when you're
Yeah, I
off
track
work?
shipments. Say
All
that
right.
again?
We'll have it answer one at a time. My apologies.
Okay. So what was the first question?
Jason, you can ask yours first.
Okay. All right. You already kind of started, but all right, I'll do mine. Yeah. So when you're off work, what are some things you do in your free time for fun?
Shit. I usually get home around 5:30. It takes me a while to get home because I like to stop and get dumb shit on the way, you know. But I usually get home around 5:30. Gotta pick up the house around a little bit because I'm a housewife. But
Same.
and then usually hit the gym and then I come home, make food around 7, and then I just chill in my room, listen to music, and then maybe talk to my girlfriend, contemplate on life goals, and then head to bed.
Fair. Simple and short, but yeah, that's what life is best when nothing's too complicated. You just kind of know what you're going to be up to for the most part.
Yeah, I usually live life as easy as possible.
Has it been working out for you? Living it like how you've been doing it? Is it enjoyable? I guess is the better question.
Yeah, I'm in the process of trying to find an apartment, and
Mhm.
it's getting a little difficult, but we're I'm planning on moving out here sometime in July,
Mhm.
and then sometime next year, like next summer of 23, I'm gonna move to Arizona.
Nice. Why Arizona?
So my goal is, so I got two um jobs I really want to do.
Hmm.
I want to be a traveling welder for at least 10 years. And
Hmm.
Arizona's got some really good welding programs up there. And then once I do welding for at least 10 years for commercial, I'm going to go to college for underwater welding.
I can
So,
imagine that's where the big boy money is made in
oh
underwater
yeah,
welding shit.
it's extremely dangerous, and they're desperate for people, so they're willing to pay a fortune. So I'm like, well, shit, I'll take that offer.
Was that a necessity of you doing welding for 10 years prior?
No, 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 no. I love to travel, so being a commercial welder let me travel around United States.
Yeah. I know
Nice.
there's a couple of guys at my work. It's another factory warehouse type of job. A couple of them have left recently to take part in a gig like that, a traveling welding crew.
Yeah,
It sounds nice. I mean, you get to do welding, which is, I mean, most for the most part, people seem to enjoy it once they get into the thick of it. And then the
right,
traveling is just a bonus on top. You're not staring at you're not in the same place every day.
right. So, like I said, I really want to do it, but if that doesn't go to plan, I'm gonna be doing border patrol for drug trafficking.
Hmm.
That's
So
That's
interesting.
that's my plan B.
What
I was
makes you want
gonna.
to do drug trafficking? Or I suppose that was terribly worded, but I mean, you could enlighten me on that as well. But being border patrol.
I really like it. Um, and just the atmosphere of like Mexico, especially, I really enjoy. And
So you really like the
um,
South.
yeah, yep. So I'm really gonna push over there. And then I don't know what it is. I just really like the that job idea.
Hmm.
So
No, I get it. The weather is nice, and the idea behind it isn't too bad.
right.
There's something interesting. I've been wanting to talk about it. Uh, in California, the great state, it's great weather, Mediterranean climate. It's great for growing a lot of shit, including marijuana by illegal cartel members. Uh, what they often do is they find a really secluded area in the middle of a national park or something. They use an illegal pesticide to basically terraform the area and mass produced marijuana. And because of the state's laws, producing it is only a misdemeanor as opposed to it being a felony, which for the most part, works out in the favor of people that are in the state. Like, hey, great. If I have marijuana, it's only a misdemeanor at best. But it's applying also to cartel members that are coming over, having these illegal grow sites, possibly shooting people that stumble upon them, making dangerous traps. So the fact that that would be, I guess, the primary people you could be interacting with. No, that's fucking interesting.
Yeah, I love all that
Mhm.
cartel shit. That's like up my alley.
Yeah. No, there's been a few podcasts I've listened to, people talking about border patrol operations that they've run around it. It's always fascinating to listen to. It just sounds like it sounds like, I don't know, high stakes, high intensity.
Right.
I guess to dumb it down, it sounds like one of the more fun masculine jobs. It's like, okay, I could be an action hero. I don't want to have fun with that.
I mean, there's the action hero aspect, and there's probably the paperwork aspect as well.
No, no.
A lot of it is paperwork.
I'm just Rambo. I just want to
Okay,
be Rambo.
you just show up. Day one. They'll hand you a gun and bandana, and you're good to go.
Yeah, I wish. Um,
I really don't. I don't wish that future at all. Yeah, just go fucking crazy. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, You mentioned that plan A would be welding. Traveling welding.
Yeah.
Why would border patrol be plan B opposed to plan A?
Um, I don't I don't know. I thought plan B would work really
same.
safe. And I don't know. A lot of people, when I tell a lot of people about like, oh, Plan B is, Border Patrol, they're like, oh, is that kind of a stretch,
Mhm.
I'm like, I like to start to do hard shit right away before I, start to settle as an office job and hate my rest of my
Right.
life, But I don't know. I really like Border Patrol because it just really wants me. I can't sit down. I have extreme ADHD,
Yeah.
so anything moving around in that sense, and especially the environment like that and what I'm going to be doing is up my alley.
Yeah, to me, the job positions that you've talked about screams hands-on.
Oh yeah, I'm I I like to say that I'm kind of an old fart when it comes to technology. Like I sometimes I have to have like my little brother help me with my goddamn phone because I'm just so lost. So
Fair. I mean, especially with phones, it's
extremely hands
really
on.
easy. Yeah, really easy to get frustrated with those things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
and it's only a matter of time before it gets more intense.
yeah.
It
No, I was
just
gonna
gets
ask, what turned you on to welding? What was your first experience or interaction, I guess, with that?
So it started when I was in the ninth grade. I took the class, and I was kind of like a very quiet, never ever talked. It's funny. It's gonna sound fucking terrible, but everyone thought I was gonna be the next school shooter
mean,
because
I kind of get it. I kind of get it.
I was always hood up, headphones in, had the biggest resting bitch face. I did not care.
Mm.
So then, I took the class. I was like, all right, I'll just do it. It's better than just sitting on my ass
Yeah.
and being bored. I did it, weld, and I fell in love with it. I just love that, you know, welding two fucking metal pieces together. I was like, oh, fuck, dude, this is fun. So then I did it all through high school.
Mm.
I took it welding 1, 2, 3, and then welding advanced 1, 2, and 3.
Mm.
So then, come my senior year, I was actually helping the teacher teach the class welding.
Nice.
nice.
So that's when I knew I'm like, yeah, I definitely will probably be a welder.
You're having fun with it, and I don't know. You're already up to the point you're the teacher. You're helping them teach the class and whatnot. I was
Oh
gonna
yeah.
say I've welded. Okay, I've technically welded once in my life. A friend of mine, another welder, he was like, "Hey, think of an idea of something you want to weld, and I'll help you do it." And he basically turned me on to the idea of making a bottle holder, but out of horseshoes. And
Hmm.
he told me he basically guided me or handheld me throughout the entire process of, okay, you're gonna want to weld here. This is how you're gonna do it. I don't remember the name of what the technical weld style, but it's where you basically strike it, kind of like you're striking a match in order to get the heat going. Is that descriptive enough, or am I just completely fucking out there?
Um, so you never used a stick onto like a plier thing, you would think.
Um,
Or
no, yeah, there was the plier and stick. That's what it was.
okay,
Stick welding.
that's arc welding.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was. It turned out in the end. I mean, it holds a bottle pretty well. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
The place I work at now, majority of the workers are welders and shit. It's pretty fun. The guy I primarily work under, I think he's pretty good at talking shit to welders. He constantly bitches at them, sometimes rightfully so. But no, it seems very hands-on. I know to some
Yeah.
extent, it seems like you get muscle memory for it. You know what you're doing, but
Oh
also
yeah.
it's
Well, what's funny about that is a lot of people think I have Parkinson's because I shake a lot,
mhm.
like mad shaking. But then I have extremely straight lines when it comes to welding. So they're like really confused. They're like, okay, this man ain't human.
Well, it's good to know what traits you have then.
Yeah. And
But
like
yeah,
a lot of the times, half the time, like when I'm doing that kind of stuff, I don't breathe and I'm like just holding my breath.
Hyper focused
So
on it. Yeah.
it's fun though. I like welding a lot. It's a
I mean,
good time killer too.
yeah, something you're passionate in. You're going to kind of change your mannerisms when it comes to it.
Hmm.
So what, do you have a preference on, type of welding? Do you have a favorite?
I do like arc welding. Arc welding is fun. But wire feed welding, I don't mind as well. Um,
This is someone that's an idiot. Can you explain the difference to me?
so arc is the one you said you did is kind of like a little pliers handle with like a metal kind of stick. You stick in the pliers, and then it's just the heat will create the weld. Wire feed is kind of like a what's the word I'm looking for? It almost looks like it has like a nozzle, and this very fine needle feeds out, and once it hits the piece of metal you're welding on, it pretty much sparks up and creates the weld.
Okay.
So arc welding's more old fashioned than wire feed.
Right. I thought they
So,
were both
but
considered arc welding because aren't you kind of completing an electrical connection with both? Or are there
Pretty much.
variations?
Yep.
Okay, so they can technically be, defined as arc welding.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay.
Just slightly different ways of doing it.
Right. Yeah, I did very little welding for my job. I wouldn't even, yeah. I'm not, like, my first weld, it was actually pretty decent. Like, I actually got, like, some good weaves in there. And then, yeah, ever since then, it went with, just started looking like novice, burning through metal. I'm a horrible welder. It's an easy thing to do, except it's really hard to get good at it.
It's crazy is that it's like they're desperate for welders. Like they are begging people to weld.
Right. Well,
And
I
I'm over
mean,
here like thinking it's fun.
right. I mean, yeah, trades in general, yeah, I mean, they're hurting on that. But yeah, I mean, I bet welding as well as a trade that is very meticulous, and you have to be very, careful with it.
Yeah, I know. Even in this area, in the town I currently live in, the former Shopco, it's being repurposed into what was it? We look. Molly and I looked up the name earlier, but basically it's another manufacturing type of job, and there's already a bunch of them in the town we live in. Midwest Industrial Tool Grinding, basically another warehouse type factory situation. I'm pretty sure, which to me is another example of hey, they're going to be looking for more welders. There's a bunch of places in town already that are looking for it, so it's like how I remember it as a kid, hearing about what would be a good trade to go into? Be a plumber or an electrician. It seems like weld is kind of coming out as the hey, if you like hands-on material, you gotta get metal really fucking hot and then make shit, have fun with it,
Right.
as opposed to you're a plumber. Everyone's gonna either think Mario or you work with shit most of your life. You're an electrician. It's really complicated.
Right.
Well, it's no, it's something I'm I guess excited to maybe do. The same place that Jason mentioned that he worked at, I had an interview there, and we'll be starting at some point. The first question he asked me is, "So you know how to weld?" I told him no, but I'm very interested in wanting to. It seems
Not even joking with you. You could easily learn how to weld like a pro in a week.
Mhm.
If you're a good listener, you'll know how to weld.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, even the job that, you're going to. I mean, that's the job that I did welding at. As long as, yeah, you're there consistently. Well, I guess,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing a full-time job, they're going to have no problem with teaching you how to do it.
Yeah.
At least, for the most part, they're patient unless it's like, a project they just need done right away. They're not going to give, hand a MIG welder to some guy who's just a novice, obviously.
It's fun though. I really enjoy it. So if my goal is to do it. So I'm still contemplating though if I still want to go to college for it or am I be like, yeah, let's fucking just balls deep and go
Yeah.
straight to pipe welding.
I mean, you could still do both, definitely. Do the
Right.
welding traveling weld crew, whatever. Get money from that. Go to college for underwater. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think now that that's something I guess I've just been aware that happens, but I haven't actively thought about that there's people that do that. I'm
Yeah.
trying to, I don't know, it's just another thing to like an oil rig. You think to yourself, okay, well, it had to be built. How did people do some of it, or if they have to repair or anything? But I
A
don't
lot
know.
of underwater welding is pipes and
Mhm.
shit. And a lot of people don't want to do it because it's extremely dangerous. And I'm like, well, fuck, I live for dangerous. Let's do it. So
Yeah, it makes you feel high risk, high reward. You're alive after each
right,
shift.
right,
Yeah, I mean scuba diving in itself, yeah, that's pretty can be pretty intense depending on how deep you're going, how you're doing it. And then that
right,
bringing down, electrical currents and whatnot. I'd
right.
assume that's how they do it underwater. Is that still the case, or
I believe so. I'm not sure yet.
okay?
Um, I might go. I might once I get to that point get more knowledge on it. But no, I'm excited.
No, yeah, I
Yeah, I'd
don't blame
imagine
you.
so. You're still, I mean, still relatively young. I mean, we all are. Still have our, you know, still have a good couple of years to figure out what we want to do specifically and how we're going to achieve it.
Right.
But I
I'm a,
mean, what would be your first step? I mean, to either goal.
for welding.
Yeah, or border
Uh,
patrol. I mean, if you've thought about that one as well.
I was, I would say my first step right now is I'm still looking into border patrol being the first option. So I really like it.
Right.
So a lot of it's just researching, calling people, finding out. Um, but I think what I know for sure is going to be my first step is once I move to Arizona, immediately I'm not before I even moved to Arizona, let's be honest, is I'm gonna make sure I have a job lined up at a welding place
Yeah,
for traveling. And then once I move to Arizona, knowing I have a job lined up and then start grinding out from there on traveling welding. And then after a few years of that, finally do college for underwater. So, but right now it's a lot of contacting and researching.
Right.
So,
Got to find out what your cards are first. Yeah.
right. And I don't want to move to Arizona and not have a job lined up and I'm,
Right.
eating pizza off the floor.
Mhm.
And then eventually, yeah, you end up working as a fry cook at a Burger King that shuts down a year later, and you're living on the streets,
Right.
and you eat street rats for a living, and then
Right.
yeah,
You just reminded me of a great movie, Demolition Man, Rat Burgers. It, Rat Burger. You know what? I'd try one at
rat
some point.
burgers.
Yeah, Rat Burger. It's what the people that live in the sewers eat because they don't have access to any other food.
So it's just like
Um,
two pieces of bread and a rat, or what? Did they just
no,
skip the bread?
it's meat. It's just rat
So two pieces of bread and then just a rat.
meat.
So they like fillet it like a fish, and then
I don't know. Watch the movie. All right.
do they grind it up like hamburger meat?
I don't know what it is, but it sounds gross.
I think they did. I mean, in the movie it looked like an actual burger, and then he said, "Wow, this is a pretty good burger." Yeah, it's a rat burger. They probably
It's a,
ground it up. I don't know why people that live in
it's
the sewers would have grinding technology for meat,
it
but you
sounds
know
like an
what?
Always Sunny episode thing.
It's a great movie. I was
I'd
gonna
imagine
ask
so.
Black Lung, what was probably the most exciting thing that you worked on, or has there been the most exciting thing?
For welding,
Yeah.
we built a whole trailer from ground up.
Ooh. What was
Damn.
walk me through that? How does someone start with that?
So, yeah, bust in my old high school memory. So a lot of it. So we had a kid come in. It was his senior project. He's like, "Hey," and of course, high schoolers they have to wait until last goddamn minute.
Mhm.
So they're like, "Hey, I have a brilliant idea. So there's 8 of us, and it was my close buddies in high school too. So it was actually easier to weld with them because they actually knew what the hell they were doing. He's like, I got a senior project. How about we build a trailer ground up? And I was like, well, fuck yeah, let's do that. So then he gets the wheels. We started going into the lab, started researching kind of like build plans on what we want to do. And then a lot of it, like he went out, got the wood, and then we had a fucking shit ton. It was actually kind of expensive, not gonna lie. Got the metal, got it back to the school, and then we were in there for hours. Not even a joke with you. And a lot of it is you kind of have to set it up how you kind of want it to be set up. So it's kind of like a visual. And then from there, you kind of just weld each like piece of metal together. It's a lot harder to explain.
Yeah,
like a lot easier to show.
That's fair. That's fair. How'd the project turn out in the end?
It's actually really good. I was a little worried at first, like halfway through it, because it started looking not even close to a trailer. Then we finished it, and then it actually looked really good. He got an A, so felt good about that. And then he tried driving it. He didn't drive the trailer, but he hooked it up to his truck, and he maybe got halfway down the road before the wheel came off. So, but it was a fun project.
Oh yeah, that sounds like it. That sounds. For my senior project, I guess I enjoyed what I did. However, I wish I could. I mean, there's always hindsight is 2020. Choosing something that had more hands-on applications, I guess, as opposed to just a lot of it being research through the internet, as opposed to research through what I'm physically doing. It's just more enjoyable.
Right.
Well, I think it's a bit early technically, but I was going to mention our host topic.
Oh, I mean, I was gonna also ask you right away. Did you have any topics that you wrote down that you're passionate about, or just intrigued in to begin with?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
God, I know I wrote something down, but I have short-term memory loss.
Same.
Fair. Well, if you come up with something, or if you remember it, then I mean, yeah, just bring it up and we can discuss it.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, Amadeus, Carter. You want to?
Sure. So because I'm the Joe Rogan shill and the Spotify shill at this point, I guess this is my area of expertise.
The conservatard, yeah.
Okay, that one's interesting. I don't know why so many people ascribe him to be on the right side when he's actually not. Anyhow, to reiterate, the entire situation, Spotify has been under controversy for the past few weeks. It started when a group of 270 scientists and medical professionals, even though, one of them was an engineer, one of them was a podcaster, and there's been a couple others that haven't been what they said. Anyhow, the point is, they contacted Spotify, an open letter saying that Joe Rogan has been promoting misinformation through interviews that he has had on his podcast, and that Spotify should take action. There's been a couple musicians that have left in terms of protest, like Neil Young. That's the only memorable one, and even then, not that memorable. There's been a clip that resurfaced as well of Mr. Rogan saying the N-word multiple times on his past podcast episodes.
Damn.
I have a question about that. Did you ever research that? Was he like quoting someone, or was that just
quoting someone on what?
The N-word.
Oh, from everything I've heard about it, it's just a compilation, like a 30-second clip compilation of him just saying it.
Okay, so all right. So in short, you didn't look into it at all. That's what I was asking.
No, I just heard that's what happened, and he apologized for it. However, he also said that clips were taken out of context, which, I mean, isn't too surprising.
Right, that's what I was asking about, like in what context they were used. But yeah.
I mean, I haven't. Spotify took down those episodes, so it's not even like someone has a list of all the episodes that they took down or the flagged episodes, and then you can listen to the context and then ascertain, hey, is that racist? Is that not really racist? What's the difference here?
I mean, there's still ways you can research, but yeah.
All right, fine then. You want me to be the Joe Rogan shill? I'll fucking have the topic or information for next week.
Hey, that's up to you. I was just asking a question.
But no, if I remember right, he said that he was going to try and do better, bring on different guests with different perspectives. There hasn't been a whole lot of other protests. I mean, no other musician has really taken their music off. He said that he'll try and do better. The episodes are still up. Interestingly enough, Spotify has another podcast studio. It's called Gimlet, I believe. It's a science podcast, and it's okay. They said that they released a recent episode debunking one of the episodes on the Joe Rogan Experience, at least some of the points that one of the guests himself had made. They didn't go over everything, which I think they should have. They just chose a few points to talk about. However, they said that they refuse to make any more episodes unless it's about countering misinformation until Spotify takes action against misinformation. I find that really interesting because I personally believe, and I think this has been kind of already mentioned, but the best way to combat wrong speech or people that are wrong is by proving them wrong or discussing the idea, its merit, and whether or not it's accurate, incorrect.
Right.
I don't know. I think all four of us. I don't think is there any. I don't think that's too crazy of a thought. I mean, if you want someone to be proven wrong, instead of just not allowing them to say it, showcase why they're wrong.
Yeah.
I think what in general he's trying to articulate is what your thoughts are on that situation.
Well, here's the real thing. I'm not a big fan of that
Mhm.
word. So, really, like that, I really don't enjoy people saying that word in general,
Right.
especially if it's derogatory towards someone or about someone or whatever.
Mhm.
And if to prove them, I just really don't like that.
No, yeah. I'm not sure if I've clear. I feel like you might have misunderstood what I was saying. There was two separate controversies, I guess, going on. There's the misinformation about COVID topics specifically, and that's what a lot of people have. That's what started this whole controversy, and then I think a week ago or so, that's when that clip uh, resurfaced or so about just past character behavior of Rogan himself. But no, I get
What
the
was the controversy of the COVID?
misinformation. So he's had multiple guests on, and they've mentioned ideas, some things that have been proven to be inaccurate, but most people are saying that he was deliberately promoting misinformation or promoting anti-vax ideas, which I do kind of agree with to some extent. However, I think that that's their right to mention that, hey, based on this data that I've seen, I think this is sketchy. I think basically just having a conversation about side effects, which everything has.
Right.
I guess that's where the initial controversy started, and then as it got more and more attention, and then that clip surfaced, and then now it's been, I guess,
I don't think I've never seen the clip.
I haven't seen it either. You know what? I'm gonna on the job research.
Clip of what exactly?
Oh, him saying the N word,
Oh, okay.
however many times in 30 seconds, because I've heard articles talk about it, but I haven't actually seen the clip myself.
Right. I mean, I definitely absolutely despise the people that use it. I mean, really in any context. But if it's any manner of quoting something, and then you take it out of context to try and gaslight and try and, you know, uh, defame them in
Hmm.
some, you know, way, shape, or form, then I think that's just scummy. But I mean, yeah, huh?
Almost like twisting words in a way.
Right, yeah. But yeah, I think. I mean, if it was quotes, he definitely could have, especially since it was like on a public podcast. Definitely, probably could have done it in such a way that, you know, like we're doing right now, saying, you know, the N word instead of, you know, it's having to enunciate it, because
Yeah.
everyone knows the power that that word already has. I don't think you really need to enunciate it any further.
Yeah,
Right.
I can't actually find it, so I'm having to look at the person that originally posted it. I don't care about signing into fucking Twitter. God damn it.
You need a,
Um,
you know, yeah, but you don't even have a Twitter account.
I do, but I don't remember the password.
You're the only person that uses Twitter. How awesome.
I am, but it's only for expanding our brand. Nocam on Twitter, everyone. And yeah, if anyone has any questions about that, it is just as bad as everyone says it is.
Am I able
That's-
to smoke?
Huh?
Am I able to smoke?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. I just don't want it to be loud.
Oh, okay.
What are you smoking?
Yeah.
Well, trying to quit cigarettes.
Hey, I've been there.
Oh, it's just the box mod that I got right now.
You know what? I wanna run this by you. So as a former nicotine addict myself, just mention I can't find the clip. I'm not sure if I just suck at searching, but I can't find the clip. Anyhow, as a former nicotine addict myself, cigarettes weren't really my poison of choice. It was more vapes for the most part. More convenient.
Yeah.
I like the flavoring more.
Yeah, if you go back into the vintage episodes, you know, the ones that, you know, aren't entirely public,
The ones
quite
you took
yet.
down.
Yeah, the ones I took down for various reasons.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a controversial take, this is, but I mean, there's reasons for it. But yeah, there you can hear him, you know, sucking his vape empty, you know, every 5 seconds,
Sure.
every now and then.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sure I could every 5 seconds. I'm gonna quote you on that. Anyhow,
Yeah, do
Yeah.
a actual statistic, you know, make a chart for me.
okay, get the videos back up, then I will.
Hey, you have
Anyhow.
access to it.
That's right, I will. No, the process of quitting Nick was an interesting one. First time I attempted to quit was August of last year. The night before it turned August 1st. As soon as the clock struck midnight, I threw my vape out of a car window. I was like, okay, I can't wean myself off of it. Cold turkey is honestly the only way for me to go. That lasted about a month and a half before I was hanging out with a friend, well, with another friend, and I was just like, you know what? I proved to myself I can quit it if I want. Like, give me that, give me that. You know, good nicotine buzz. It was fucking nice. But anyhow,
Right.
I tried.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I tried quitting. I think 3 times after that, and each subsequent time I caved. Like I'd be like, okay, not gonna buy anymore. The place I was working at is right next to a smoke shop. So after a while, it was just, all right, I'm gonna buy a vape. I remember when I was my last acid trip, I ended up tossing my vape into the river. He was like, okay, nicotine while on acid is just it's not right. I don't have a need for this. And then I think the day after, caving and buying another one. But start of
Sounds
November.
like such a 3-year-old thing to do.
What?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, like, you're sitting down eating a plate of spaghetti, and then you don't like the spaghetti, so you just toss it on the floor.
Yeah, but spaghetti isn't nicotine, and it's not an unhealthy addiction.
That you're not understanding my my.
How is it childish?
I just was drawing what you did, as, something akin to a child, as a joke.
Well, how are you supposed to? How else are you supposed to quit? You're supposed to set it in the garbage gently, as opposed to letting it fall into your liver. Hey, either way,
No,
I
it
couldn't.
just sounded like
Hey,
someone, like, you hand like something to a child that they don't like, they just toss it on the floor. It just, to me, that's was my visualization of you throwing your vape in the water.
Interesting.
hey, at least you weren't like my buddy that said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna quit vaping and put it in the drawer," and then got it 30 minutes
Okay.
later.
Okay, all right, buddy.
I was like, okay, and I'm black, and the president.
That's racist.
No, it was Halloween. I'm pretty sure it was. A friend of mine took it just as a joke, like, haha, got your vape, bitch. What are you gonna do? And then I was like, all right. I think my mentality was, or no, this wasn't my mentality. My mentality was, okay, I'm quitting. Fuck it. It is what it is. Someone
Yeah.
else, another friend of mine, was saying that I really should quit. And I think, what did I say to him? Are you quitting or have you quit? Maybe it's just for me, but cold turkey is honestly the only way to go. It's never going to be a, okay, well, I can't do it tonight. I'll stop after tonight. It just has to be like spur of the moment, I guess. And then
Right.
follow through with it. I can't plan it out too long because then it just feels like I'm giving myself more time to jump out unless I dive headfirst into the cold turkey.
Mhm. I wasn't really addicted to cigarettes as long as I thought I would be. Then I got into vaping. I've been vaping for a year now.
Mhm.
It's almost like people when they don't have coffee in the morning, they get like headaches and shit. That's me
Yep.
with the nicotine.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
know
we are just
exactly what
talking
you mean.
about that right away. Like, right when we hopped in the Discord about, headaches and caffeine.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a really bad person when it comes to energy drinks, and I gotta stop that before I stop vaping at that point. Like caffeine's gonna kill me before nicotine does.
Us in Western civilizations, we have a lot of addictions. There's caffeines, there's sugar, there's, porn addictions as well, and then, nicotine, and the list goes on and on. And, some things that you wouldn't even typically define as an addiction, can be, and it can become one.
Right. Was it I used to have been in a really long relationship. It almost pushed 4 years. I was kind of bummed it ended, but it is what it is. You gotta move on.
Yeah.
And
Right.
she was against a lot of things that I was like anti-tattoos, and I'm covered in them. Anti-smoking, anti-drinking, which is
Mhm.
kind of hypocritical because she loves alcohol. So I'm like, okay, listen here.
All right.
Jesus.
But like, I'm not a fan of alcohol.
Yeah.
But um, we got in a massive fight because I was smoking behind her back,
Mhm.
and how she caught me was she surprised me in my room. I was in my room, and I didn't know she was coming. She was on a trip. She surprised me, and she opened my door, and clouds of smoke are just funneling out. And I'm like, oh fuck me.
Yeah.
So trying to tell her, like I'm trying to blame my friend that's not in here, and like I'm trying to avoid it.
Right.
And then trying to like, what really kind of set it off was I got a recent tattoo that kind of ended the relationship because her parents didn't approve of it.
Mhm.
It's actually two. They found out I smoked, and then I have a hand tattoo, and then I have an arm tattoo of an upside down cross.
Mhm.
So and they are mega Christians.
Nice.
So trying to explain, and I knew this, and what happened was I respected it. I respected that they're Christians. So what I would
Right.
do is I'd wear long sleeve shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, all that shit. Okay, and something spilt on my hoodie when I was at her house, and I took off my sweatshirt and I'm wearing a t-shirt, and that's when they saw my whole arm sleeve.
Jeez.
And
Yeah.
I got so red in the face when her mom pointed it out, and I was like, oh, this is the end of the relationship right here.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to be like that guy, but I mean, that just sounds like, in itself, an entirety, like an entire nuke waiting to happen.
yeah, I'm not a big Christian person. I'm more of an atheist.
Right.
Um, and So the upside down cross is a reference to I'm not against Christians, but I don't believe in what they believe in. So
Yeah.
Right.
So
Again, I think that I don't know. I guess it's not like intolerance, but just the massive amount of like difference of opinions, or you're not Christian. Did they have a massive problem with it, or did they
they
chast?
they thought I was a Satanist hardcore.
I like,
It's quite a bit of a jump there.
like the. This isn't indicative of everyone that's a part of a religion, but hypocrisy in terms of tolerance of other people that have differing opinions.
Well, they can
It-
do bad stuff. As long as they show up to church on Sunday.
Yeah, me sitting in church was I'm kind of fucked up with the head because when we'd be in church and they're singing, I'm the one giggling in the back. So
That'd be us if we ever did a gang day church.
We're still doing it.
Yeah.
We're to become a nuisance, though.
Haven't we been a nuisance in this town?
Fair. It's almost a baseless reputation.
No, that sounds interesting. I still can't get over the doesn't like drinking but likes to drink herself. That's funny.
oh my god, I couldn't tell you how many times we're on FaceTime and she's just drinking up a storm, and I'm like, okay.
All right,
Wait,
buddy.
how could she be against drinking, though? Like, how did she even like construe that
She
to
didn't
you?
want me to do it because she thought
Okay,
I was
so,
But like, okay.
well, because you're a guy, you know, instantaneously after you get like a beer or something, you're gonna be hitting up other people.
Yeah, but the funny thing about it is I take a sip of beer and I'm over here fucking in my mouth throwing up. I can't do alcohol.
Fair? Yeah.
It's
But
It's okay.
nicotine I'm a fiend for.
I know what you mean. It's after a while it's not even as fun as it used to be. I remember first starting out, every hit, you get that buzz, you feel like you might pass out, your head feels like it's 20 times heavier than your body.
Yeah.
And then all you start to really be excited, well, the most fun part about being a nicotine addict after a while is right after you wake up, because your body's been it doesn't hit a vape for like maybe 6, 7, 8 hours. So then you get that nice buzz in the morning, and then it's gone.
Right. Well, have you ever have any of you guys smoked pot before?
I yeah, yeah, we'll go with that. Yes.
There was a time where I was with a group of buddies and I mega greened out
Mhm.
and I'm super lightweight,
Yeah.
so the littlest bit can put me on my ass. And there's many types of people that take it differently. I'm more of the paranoid one.
hmm
So I'm pacing back and forth. I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack and die.
Mhm.
And when it was one night and it was like probably 3 a.m, and I'm pacing back and downstairs in this basement, and I just find the nearest giant teddy bear and I fall asleep on it.
Mhm.
And then I get up like 30 minutes later and I start to walk home, which was like a block away.
Yeah.
And the one guy, his name is Sean, he's like, how far away? Because at this point I left and my buddy was still there. He's like, how far away does he live? And he's like, oh, he just lives like a block away, like 2 minutes. He's like, then Sean replies, he's like, oh, I think he'll make it. And
Uh,
my mom knew I was doing it because I woke up lying on the dining room table floor. So I was in I was in the living room by the dining room table.
That's fair. I've had I can count a fair number of times I've had interesting experiences while smoking. Honestly, the most fun one was, or okay, not the most fun one, the most terrifying one, first time doing it. Uh, Let me give you a quick play-by-play of what exactly I did. I took 3 hits. I had a massive panic attack because I wasn't prepared for any kind of different experience. I ended up getting home. I had half eaten an ice cream sandwich and put the rest of it in my shoe. I had texted the girl that I had a crush on at the time, just straight up, "Hey, hey, I'm pretty sure I was having a panic attack and thought I was gonna die. I love you. Uh, I texted my work group chat. Holy shit, I'm high. What the fuck is this? This is interesting. Someone said that I was in a game of Fortnite, and that still enrages me to this day. That's how they described it. It was terrifying. I'm not joking when I say that for those first like 15, 20 minutes, the most fucking scary shit I've ever experienced. But then it fizzled out.
Yeah. It's once you're not used to it, that first 1 or 2 times can be really like, whoa, what the fudge? Because your whole body goes numb
Yeah.
and you feel like you're in a whole new planet. So in like walking for me, like pacing back and forth, I pace normally.
Mhm.
And so me pacing more heavily was so my way of calming it down.
Yeah.
Right.
So
No, I
but
started having
it's weed. I more just vape.
fair. No, I had a lot of fun with it. Like going to when I was working at McDonald's, getting really fucking high beforehand, going to work, interacting with customers was fun. I know being drunk at work was pretty fun as well. I had fun with that.
Yeah.
I
Drunk at work. Oh boy.
it was pretty fun. I never went to
Well,
work
I mean, you
crossfaded.
also had a job or an occupation that could also allow it.
I mean, technically no, but I could even at my current job, I could show up to work high. I could show up to work drunk, and I'd still be able to
Okay.
function.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on the position you're in. I mean, if you're
Oh yeah,
like in the back, away from customers, or I mean, I'm talking also about hazardous jobs as well. Now, when you like hazardous jobs, you definitely couldn't.
I mean, at McDonald's, I was in front of customers. I interacted with customers. I think the most fun one I had, or the most fucked up I've ever been, was it's called being crossfaded. Crossed. It's where you're both drunk and high. It's pretty enjoyable. It's bad. You can actually fucking die from it. But crossfaded, we friends and I we all walked to McDonald's like at 5 in the morning just because we wanted some food. And I went behind the counter to check my schedule. I realized I worked 6 hours later. And then I took a customer's order at front counter while insanely drunk and high, not even in proper uniform. I still took it fine. I wasn't like slurring my speech, but I remember it being a challenge to be like, okay, I am McDonald's employee. I am professional. Thank you for choosing McDonald's. How can I help you?
Right.
It was fun.
Well, if we're talking about dumb shit we do, what has been the most brain dead thing you guys ever done, and you've gotten in, I would say, some good trouble or hurt and oblivion.
I'll go first, I guess. So again, talking about drugs, I was with two friends of mine. We were out near a lake, and we were just about done smoking. There's maybe like 2 or 3 hits left on our bowl. We had just smoked a joint beforehand. Uh, we had the light on in the vehicle because there was a bunch of bugs that had been let inside. So if the light's on, all the bugs are going to be attracted to the vehicle, or to the light, I should say, and not be in our face, being fucking annoying. But anyway, we were basically hotboxing a vehicle with the lights on, so you could see that it was pretty fucking smoky inside. And then,
Right.
Police lights behind us. Uh,
Yeah, that.
that was pretty fun. Long story short, pretty fun. Our driver was being antagonistic and not helping. It was fun. The cop was searching. I ended up offering him a yoo-hoo sarcastically. I got
Is
to
that,
talk
is
to.
that like that chocolate milk?
Yeah, no, it's fucking good.
Yeah.
I had brought one in my backpack because yoo-hoo while high is actually pretty all right. So while he was searching the vehicle, I was like, "Hey, in my backpack have a yoo-hoo if you want one." It was passive aggressive. The only other highlight from that experience was that I got to talk to an officer about one of my favorite games of all time, Doki Doki Literature Club. It's a visual novel. It's anime shit. And he said that he'd check it out. And if I ever see him again, I'm going to ask him, "So did you check out that visual novel I told you about?" "No." "Well, you're a fucking liar then." But
Awesome.
thankfully, I didn't get any legal trouble. It was just our driver that did. I did, however, I was the one that brought the equipment, so all of my shit got confiscated, and it was fucking annoying. But I mean, I'd rather lose all my shit as opposed to being the one that has to go to court. So
Right. I mean, it wasn't tied to you, so I mean,
Yeah,
And
that
that will do it.
that'd probably be. I I've since learned. Okay, I'm gonna be hotboxing. Don't ever have the fucking light on. Just don't go to that area in general, because I mean, even recently, our former guest had a bit of an experience. If he's ever on again, he can talk about it. But yeah, it's like to say that the cops like to stake out that area now.
The former hot box area.
Yeah, they kind of. It's a nice area. It's next to a lake. When it's not brutal fucking cold, it's fun to explore and shit. It's just nice.
Yeah, yeah.
What about you, Jason?
I've been trying to think the entire time something that has gotten me into like actual trouble.
Or even
I
hurt.
don't
It doesn't
really
even
go
trouble,
out of my
it
way to
could be
do
hurt.
what?
It doesn't even have to be trouble. Like maybe you're doing something really dumb and you got hurt from it.
Got hurt. I don't. I can't even say my broken arm because that wasn't even my fault. Yeah, I don't.
It sounds to me like you need to live life a bit more dangerously.
Yeah,
Right.
maybe, maybe I need to, yeah, live a little bit more stupidly and get rid of some options in the future.
What have I gotten rid? What have I gotten rid of?
Well, I mean, you have to show up to court.
No, I don't.
I know. It's risks, you know. Some are calculated.
Yeah, this is a
And
calculated risk.
well, I mean, some of the stuff you do isn't exactly calculated. Or it's calculated, but it's, also not the best option, after the numbers are crunched.
What do you mean by that?
Something could be more likely to be more detrimental than it is positively affecting or creating a good story.
I mean, detrimental shit is oftentimes it can be a good story. It can be funny to listen to, or it can be a "don't do what I did" type of situation.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I mean, half the dumb shit that I've done, all the experiences I've had with anything that can cause danger or harm in the long run, it's still fun.
Yeah.
So it's not like it wasn't good in the moment.
And then I have my own ways of having fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you never been in any? You don't ever do anything dumb or have done anything
No,
stupid?
I've done
fucking dumb?
stuff stupid, but I don't know if I've like seriously hurt myself or gotten, in like any serious trouble because of it. Very, very tame would be that one time, when we made that group and then what a principal talked to us for something that wasn't even related to us at all.
Misinformation.
Right. I mean, it quite literally was. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, for my second half of my high school year, I had, I was the one with school shooter vibes, so I didn't really, you know, do anything outside of the norm. I just kind of did my shit and then, packed up and went home.
Ain't fair. Well, in high school, I did the same thing, but I mean, dropping out, I don't know. I guess I had fun with life a bit more, or I did more risky shit as opposed to just being a. School was the only thing I had known
You
in
took a
terms of.
break and then, you got a little bit, of a fun vacation and then you got right back into it.
Yes. Year and a half long vacation for 3 months of work. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm waiting to get into more dumb trouble. Like, if I ever get pulled over while, you know, paraphernalia or anything's in my vehicle, I like to think about those situations. What's my game plan? What am I gonna say? I wish that I don't want to talk about it because that's his topic to talk about if he's ever on again. But to give cliff notes of it, an officer illegally searched a vehicle of my friend's. He didn't do it properly at all. I don't know. Just wondering to myself, if I'm ever in a situation, is there any going to be like okay, if I say X line, I can get out of jail free, basically. Or if, nah, I'm fucked no matter what I say. The only other time I can think where, like, when I've tried to do that, same friend and I, we were on mushrooms, and we were under a bridge near where I live. A police officer came down and was asking us questions. From what I remember, he said that he was trying to search for someone, I believe. It's really hard to recall what he was saying. I think the substances probably made it difficult. But I remember thinking to myself, unless we're being suspected of a crime, I don't really have to provide any information to you. So when he asked us for our names, I just said why, not even elaborating any further than that. But then my friend, because he was doing, I guess, the correct thing, maybe. We'll just work with the officer. We didn't do anything wrong. So instead of just being antagonistic or withholding information, even though we can, he's just like, I'm Isaac, or yeah, I'm Isaac. This is Carter.
Well, you just doxed him.
Well, all right. He's been on the podcast before. He's mentioned his own fucking name. But no, something dumb could have happened, but it felt nothing. I don't know. Part of me wonders we both just fucking hallucinated a cop, but I doubt it.
That probably did happen.
No, it definitely didn't. But it's just so weird to actually think what was actually said, because I remember very little. I could go on. I've already talked about it on previous episodes what that experience was like. But
That's
what
what's
about you? Yeah, what about you, Black Lung? Psychedelics interest to you at all, or no?
up. No, shit. I've done a lot of dumb fucking things. A lot of dumb. Because I'm more of the doing it before I think it.
Yeah.
I would say the worst thing that ever. It actually involved no fucking drugs, which is crazy. That shows how fucking retarded I am. I'm a big skateboarder. I've been skateboarding for almost 6 years now.
Mhm.
And I went to spend the night at a buddy's house, and we had the brilliant idea to see how fast I could ride a skateboard
Mhm.
with a moped and a bungee cord with it.
I like this already.
So, as you could tell, I'm on the board, and my buddy's on a moped. I'm holding on to this bungee cord. We're on his street, and I tell him to just fucking go, just fucking launch.
Mhm.
And you don't even need to be a skateboarder to know what speed wobbles are. And as a skateboarder of almost 6 years, that totally blows over my mind. Thinking, yeah, I'm about to be going 30 miles per hour on a fucking skateboard, and speed wobbles are not going to happen. Well, they did. I'm zooming down this fucking road, and I start to get speed wobbles. I try to bail, and I fall extremely hard on the pavement. And my two buddies are like, "Holy fuck!" Well, they know I'm breathing because I get up right away.
Yeah.
I go lay down on the grass, and I'm laying there for a minute, and I start to feel around. And I realize my right shoulder is not the same length as my other one. And it turned out I broke my collarbone.
Wonderful.
And it wasn't a simple broke. I broke it in fours, and how I broke it made it look like a mountain crest, and the bone fragments pretty much exploded, or my bone pretty much exploded in my shoulder. So bone fragments went everywhere like shrapnel.
Jeez.
Fuck yeah. I mean,
So
that sounds awful, but like, it's a cool story to tell.
yeah,
You took the
yeah,
lesson at home. No.
You should get some suspension on your bike or on your skateboard.
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, right. Get some work done to it.
Yeah.
But I think the most scariest thing that about that whole night was not even breaking my bone or the hospital. it was calling my mom, letting her know that I broke my collarbone at 3 a.m. And then we get to the ER. There's X-rays, and then I had to get surgery because they said that my shoulder will never heal normally. So I got the surgery done. I lost a good chunk of my shoulder, and now I have a 7-inch plate in my shoulder now.
Jeez.
Nice.
Yeah, that's probably the most brain dead thing I've done.
You set off metal detectors when you go through them?
So only some. I left to go to Punta Cana a few weeks ago, and there was only one metal detector that I set off, and they weren't too worried about it because there's a special one that you can go through for that situation, and they
Oh,
could see in my shoulder that I got a plate in there.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, or a lot of the times though too, you can get something on your ID showing that you've had surgery done.
Right.
So
See, I mean, imagine you forging your ID, with something, akin to that.
right, which is fucking crazy. Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, like you said, they're probably so advanced now, they'd probably be able to like detect whether you're bullshitting or not.
Right. Yeah, there's like one thing where I was able to get a glimpse of it, and I could be wrong. I could have been looking at something totally different, but my image was still up on the screen when I went through, and it didn't show like an extreme X-ray of me, but it showed that there was more like a redness in my shoulder. So and then I told them, I'm like, yeah, I've had surgery done in my shoulder, and then I pulled down my arm or my sweatshirt, and then they could see the scar on my shoulders. So
Nice. It's a good story to tell.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, how does that affect? Does it even like affect you nowadays at all, or is it just?
Well, so I've lost a bunch of nerves in my shoulder now. So you could like punch like right above my like nipple area, and I probably wouldn't even feel it.
Jesus.
And right now it feels good. It feels like my normal shoulder. If you rub your hand across my shoulder, you can feel the riddle effect, like a bumpiness. That's all the screws. A lot of it though, I can remove it now. I got enough bone healed, but it won't be as strong as my left one. The only thing that's affecting me right now is I can't lift anything at a certain weight. And then backpacks are irritation for it.
Right.
So, but that really, I'm living life like I've never broke it.
Yeah. I mean, you can
Sounds
just one strap shit, look cool.
Right.
Wait, so you
Yeah.
don't you don't feel like one of your pecs?
No, I can feel the pecs. It's just a little slightly over, like right on the top of my shoulder and like around my collarbone.
Okay, so it's a
I
very
lost all
specific
nerve.
area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I lost all nerves. So
Jesus. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, hey, if you're ever gonna get mugged, just like direct the blade to your shoulder. You'll be fine.
Right.
So I was gonna say, I mean, you could like do unlimited push-ups and just not like feel it in your, at least in that pec. But I mean, that doesn't sound like it's the case.
No, I just gotta watch how much weight I'm lifting,
Mhm.
and I'm fine. I
I
think
mean-
what really hurts though is when I was at work, I dropped a box. Like I kind of had a box kind of fall right on the shoulder and hit the metal.
Oh god.
Holy Lord, I thought I was gonna cry. But yeah, I still live life like I never broke it.
Fuck yeah, I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
It can't have been too brain dead then. You're still you can still live life normally.
It's a giant
Right?
W for you.
Right. And they were surprised too when I told them. The doctors were surprised. They're like, he has 0 head injury. I'm like, as a skateboarder, you learn to not hit your head. You fall on everything but your head.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like,
It
all right,
just
shoulder
becomes
hit it.
instinct.
Yeah.
I'm
So
trying to think any other medical injury. I mean, the worst I ever had. I mean, I sprained my wrist like 4 times, but that's not really that bad. I fractured my
hard son
fibula.
of a bitch though.
Yeah, I fractured my fibula, which it fucking hurt. I just couldn't walk for like a month and a half. I didn't let it heal properly. There were some issues, but I mean, it's fine now. But physical
Yeah.
pain, the worst injuries I've ever gotten have been minor compared to a lot of other people. Like, I've never had a broken bone. I've sprained a fair amount of times and fracture, but I don't know. I guess I've been lucky in that sense. I I don't know what the most painful thing I've ever experienced has been.
It's weird because broken bones and whatnot seems as rare as it is common
Yeah.
sometimes.
I think the best part about it though too, when I broke my collarbone, was when I went into the hospital. I you know how like a lot of people like when you get a broken nose, they like put it back in position.
Yep.
Well, my fucking dumbass thought, oh yeah, they're just gonna put my shoulder back into position, and I was scared for that. And then when I went in there, and they're like, yeah, he broke it, and not baby broke it, he did it.
Mhm.
And I left the hospital with painkillers and a sling, and I'm like, well, that's fucking it. What do I? Am I fucked then for how long? And then I
Right.
got the news I had to get surgery.
Jesus.
So I got a nice hospital blanket though.
Is it an actual good blanket?
Oh yeah, it's fucking massive. It's like thin, but it's enough to keep you warm at night.
I
Nice.
hear that hospital blankets are your blankets.
Right.
I think no, there's been a few times I like inadvertently stabbed myself, but nothing like not an actual stab wound. You know,
You're
nothing
trying
more.
to do the knife game?
Yeah, 5-finger fillet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told a coworker, let me play 5-finger fillet with you, but I'm using a hammer instead. I don't know. There's been like burns are probably the most common pain I've experienced just when I was working McDonald's, like grease. The most fancy I ever got with it, a hot basket, just in there for a while, and then I was being fancy with it. I ended up basically searing myself a little bit. I
Or
was
just pour water in the deep fryer.
I've seen videos of that on TikTok. I should have done that before I left.
TikTok.
TikTok. Yeah.
Remember when I used to work at Burger King way back? The place was just like a rundown piece of shit. Their air fryers every now and then. It would just at least one time I remember we were just like working our ass off, probably like 12 a.m. While the people who are high and enjoying their nights, more than we were, come and go. Yeah, just like a huge plume of flames just came from the deep fryer. And then that's all that came from it. Just a slight worry that it was gonna have like a grease fire or something.
If you ever I used to work at Quick Trip like a long time ago, and oil spills were the fucking worst.
Oh my god. Fuck those.
Just the amount of mess it would create is just god awful.
Not enough water can get rid of that.
No, and it for some reason grease is just a nasty thing to clean up, and it
Yep.
makes the floors look like shit.
Yeah.
Ruins mops and brooms and shit like that too. For people who don't know what the hell they're doing. I mean, majority of the time, if it is a mop, and then you ruin it with grease, it just happens over time. There's just not much you can do about that.
Yeah. No, I'm glad to never be working a fast food job again if I can ever help it.
Yeah.
It's not terrible. You know what? I was thinking of this myself a lot more recently about the kind of work, I don't know, the clientele or the people you end up working with. Maybe it's definitely my own experiences, but food service-based jobs, at least like restaurant ones in particular, they either have like some of the best people you ever meet or some of the worst fucking people that just make you lose your goddamn mind.
I've
It's
never worked at fast food. I don't plan on it, but
good.
Same.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fast food place scares me.
It's mind-numbing as fuck. I mean, it's better wages now because of, they're actually paying people decent. I know, technically, closers at McDonald's, they make more than what I do, which is great.
Well, I mean, but also last year, the price that you're being paid is probably, the same amount that, probably the ratio of buying shit is probably the same as, the wages now, at least.
Yeah, I don't know. 15 an hour. That's what I'm currently making now. A year ago time, that was a fuck ton of money, like $900 or something a paycheck. That was
Yep.
insane. And then fast forward a year later, where I have more shit to pay for, it feels like it's not enough. It's great.
Well, that and just, inflation in general.
Yeah, that's why I still practice the 5-finger discount, even if Walmart has security cameras now.
And that's risks that we're talking about as well.
Well,
The
all right.
5 count. Oh yeah.
It's a risk. All right, I'm not going to deny that. The consequences are there. It's, they're there.
I have a friend that does that a lot, and I swear to God, she gets away with it all the time. But
Mhm.
no luck, if I'm around her, you'd magically get caught. I'm like, yeah, I'm not taking the chance. When I'm
That's
with
fair.
her, I'm like, I'm buying my shit. I'm heading to the car instantly. You all do that shit while I'm in the car.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's kind of what I tell, like, anytime I'm going to Walmart with Molly. It's like, okay, all right, you can stay behind a little bit. I'm gonna walk through without paying for a single thing, just in case if something happens. You aren't walking with me.
Right.
I either stay behind or I go to the arcade.
Yeah. No, it's the way I look at it. All right, Walmart owes me about $2,000. They didn't cash my stimulus check when I first had it. They didn't return my Xbox One X, even though it was a year after, and they only have a 30-day return policy. But they still could have been nice about it. And they didn't return the router that I bought, even though I had bought the warranty. But again, warranty only works if it's broken. I should have just fucking lied and said that it's broken and not that I need the money. So they said that they couldn't return it. Honestly, at this
Yeah.
point, I feel I've stolen over $2,000 worth of goods. It's definitely close to, at least.
It's
I'm gonna be straight up
definitely
honest.
over.
I've never stolen a thing in my life. I'm not even gonna be cap with you.
Goddamn.
Yeah, I'm an angel. But
So, I mean, that's not too far-fetched. I've,
right.
it's starting to sound like that I'm living with, what?
I know my luck, and I'll be like, oh, I could 5-finger discount this, and I get caught, and then I'm gonna be in prison, get touched by everyone.
Well, hey,
Yeah.
learn from your friend. I'd be curious to see if she has a method to her madness, or if she's just blind fucking lucking it. I'd be curious.
She is blind fucking lucky. I swear
Jesus
to God.
Christ, that's fucking stupid. That is stupid right there. All right.
He tried to smuggle a massive weighted blanket out of Target, and I'm like, holy fuck, are you slow? She's like, I could pull it off. I could look pregnant.
What the fuck?
Fuck.
I'm
Okay.
like, you walked in here looking 95 pounds, and you're gonna walk out looking 200. It's not gonna work.
But why would you even hide it at that point? Just pretend you checked it out.
Like-
right.
I don't do it at Target. Okay, in my area, Target, they have a good system. They have a very good funnel of where you enter and where you exit. Walmart has gaping security flaws. Even the fact that they've installed those cameras, that means fuck all to me. All right, that doesn't deter me at all. If any Walmart executive is listening, here's my advice to you: rehire those people that constantly greet you at the fucking door. If they
Did they
instituted those
stop
people,
doing that?
they did because of COVID.
What?
If they hire them back, I'm fucked. I have to resort to a different method.
Yeah.
But it would prevent people just walking up and just fucking bogarting. I don't pay for groceries. I could take 2 weeks worth of shit and just walk out.
Well, here's my fucking luck. I go and buy dog food for my buddy's dog, obviously, and I'm walking out with 2 bags of dog food, and I still get stopped with the receipt in my hand and 2 dog food. They're like, "Did you pay for that?"
Oh,
I'm like,
whatever.
no, I walked back. I'm starting to walk out.
It's funny too because it's always the actual like honest citizens that like.
They get
Well, I wouldn't say it's always the case, but it's like it's more likely that
Well, yeah,
it's
statistically,
the honest citizens that are just stopped, and then you got people who just go free.
Well, yeah, that's because
What?
statistically, there's more people that pay for their shit as opposed to people like me that just don't.
Right. Well, I guarantee it doesn't help though too that I'm my favorite color is black and purple, so I always dress in black, and I'm
Yeah.
always wearing my hood. So it
Yeah.
doesn't help that I look like I am trying to smuggle shit. But
You'd be perfect. See, if I really wanted to have a great system, I'd have someone like you that looks like a shady character. So that way,
Yeah.
as they're walking out, the person is distracted, and that gives me the perfect
Right.
opportunity to slip on by. All right.
Right. I'm wearing all black, my hood up, I'm wearing the mask for COVID, and you're walking around with a Taco Bell shirt, walking
Yeah, and
crazy.
just hiding in plain sight. That's what I do. No,
Yeah.
those reusable bags that they have. All right, this is how my system works. I have like 6 of those reusable bags. I'd fill them up with, whatever I'm taking. It's fine. And then I just kind of walk out.
Works. It'd be
Is this
really
like a-
fucking
is this-
awkward though that you're sitting in the back and they're like, "Is this you?" And then you're in the middle of an aisle stuffing shit in a bag.
So far, it hasn't
Oh, no,
happened
that
yet.
ain't me. Oh fuck.
Yeah, is this a patented system? Are people allowed to use this?
FDA approved.
Yeah, it's Carter approved. If you ever use it, let me know how your success goes, because I'd be curious to see if, I wonder if-
when my luck don't be fucking stripped and butthole searched.
fair.
All right, clarification. This is a public podcast that we're live right now. Obviously this isn't condoned whatsoever. Most of the shit I say on here is satire. If the beginning of the episode didn't give you a hint there.
I mean,
but
I'm
yeah.
not gonna say that you shouldn't, but I'm not gonna say that you should. Do what you want.
I'm just gonna straight up say that you shouldn't.
I'm gonna say that you should at this point now.
All right. So I'm the host here, telling you that you shouldn't.
Gym subjects before.
I'm the co-host.
Yeah,
I think you should do what you want to do with
You
your
haven't
life.
done your
Don't-
punishment
don't
yet, so you have no
quote
opinion.
anything we say.
Quote me. I like to steal and I like to do drugs.
Mr. fucking Dutch Vanderlyn.
Oh, he a homie though.
Look, all right, I got a plan. All right, don't worry about it. I could just say that if they ever stop me. Look, I just need more time. I just need more time.
You just need more time and money for bail.
Nah, what are they gonna fucking do? Everyone that works at Walmart is like 40 something. I could outrun them. I could just throw something at them and then they'd.
There's people who say that they will keep video evidence of people who walk out with the groceries and whatnot. Then once it gets up to a federal offense level, then they're going to call the cops or charge you for it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, how true would that be? I could just imagine the retail job and the rest, Burger King, fucking fast food that I've worked at. These are people who are just shit paid. No amount. I don't know. They just have. I would assume that they would have little to no motivation to do anything like that to begin with.
I know in some places they're instructed not to do it. I don't know if Minnesota is a state like that. But again, that's a great point. Most of the time, people aren't paid enough to care. People don't have pride about, oh, what's that?
Right.
People are going to steal from my Walmart? Nah, get the fuck out of here. No one thinks like that. If I worked
Right.
there, I would. But, and then...
I mean, if you owned a store, then yeah, it would be different. But since it's a faceless corporation that pays you like shit and treats you like shit, I mean, why are you going to care?
Here's the interesting... Yeah. The interesting thing about the security cameras is who's watching them. They're there, and I won't deny that. The amount of times...
90-year-old that's on life support.
Yeah. Are they tracking everyone that walks in? Or what are they looking for specifically? I get that they're there, but
Just in a fucking nursing home.
There's only one store I know that watches their shit like a hawk. That's Best Buy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh yeah, yep.
They watch those things like it's their favorite TV show.
You know what?
They need to though. I mean, a lot of them are going out of business. I miss Best Buy.
You should tell your friend that you'll respect her as a klepto if she can steal something from Best Buy, like an actual thing worth of value, and she can get away with it.
All right, I'll break that news to her the next time I see her. I'll
Fuck
see
yeah.
what she says.
Maybe you have to do
I'll
that
let you guys
system.
know how it goes.
Maybe you have to do that system where you look sus and then.
Right. Yeah. But she looks already suspicious as fuck. She goes in and starts making eye contact with everyone. I'm like, okay.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Why?
So she's not even like she doesn't even try to fit the part.
No.
Like she wants to get caught.
right. Yeah, she's all right.
Right.
At least when I do it, I like to think there's okay. I'm checking out for something. I'm not looking at the employees because I feel like if I look at the employees and make eye contact, they see my face and they at least know that I'm there. If I don't ever look at, if I
Well,
don't,
I
look
mean,
at,
also zero contact is also kind of suspicious. So I mean, if you looked at him now and then, just like a simple nod, or like adios.
I guess what I
don't
mean by
talk a
that.
lot. I don't talk a lot in public, anyways. I just
Yeah.
like I said, or like you said, I just do the simple head nod.
Mm.
And
Right.
I always had headphones in. Like I live with my headphones in, and then obviously hood up and mask on. So of course I look suspicious as a motherfucker.
Right. And then long story short, people minority report you, and then you did nothing wrong.
Right. And I'm like trying to buy a Snickers, and they're like, "Yeah, you stole that."
Andy's so
You're at the cash register. You're stealing that, buddy. You're gonna have to come with me.
Yeah. Like I'm handing her the money. Yep. No. Fake money.
That's got to be fake. We got to take that to the IRS.
I think if I really wanted to be smart about it, I'd carry a receipt in my pocket anytime I go to Walmart, just in case they ask, "Hey, wait a minute," and then I just flash my receipt
Yeah,
as I
flash
walk
it
away.
like a fake FBI badge. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it could honestly work. I don't know.
It could if
If they
I
don't
don't
actually
know,
check it, yeah.
but I mean, at the same time, if they're going to check it, they want to see the receipt up close. But if they don't want to check it, then what would be the point of showing them the receipt? That would just be suspicious then. Like, hey, I paid for it. Hello, I paid for it. Did you understand me? I paid for this product.
Honestly, I feel like I can get away with it because no one there cares. Even one time I was with you when I took a shower head. It has an alarm thing that goes off, and there was a security personnel, whatever, in the front of like the cart area. The alarm sound went off. He didn't fucking bat an eye. He didn't turn around to look at, hey, people just walked through. Why is the alarm going off? Didn't fucking care.
Oh, this is a
care.
good story. What?
So my buddy, we don't understand what is wrong with him. And obviously I have a metal inch plate in my fucking shoulder, and I go through and they don't set off. But for some reason, every single time he walks into any store, metal detectors go off on him. Walking in and out, they just go off on him all the time.
Weird.
So
Maybe
they
he hasn't
always check him, and he's like, "I didn't even buy anything."
Maybe he still has the security tags on his clothes.
We even asked that. We're like, "Are you still wearing, the stupid shit?" He's like, "Hell no, I bought this from 1963." Like, so
the fuck?
we don't understand. And then we figured it out. It was something in his wallet. It was like this little tiny thing in his wallet. We had no clue what it was that was setting it off.
Fuck.
Yeah, we were so confused.
GPS tracking. Someone was trying to triangulate him.
I've wanted to do something like that, where they have those security tags and whatnot. They're really small ones. Put it in someone's shoe or a coat pocket as they
You
walk.
did that to me.
It was an older one, all right? That's why I'm saying it didn't go off. I should have used the newer one.
But it was also at my foot. They don't detect it all the way at the ground. I seriously thought my boots were just going to shit. That's
I remember us walking us back to the car, and you were just talking about how your shoe was bugging you.
yeah. It didn't feel like there's an actual security tag. I've had, I'm a normal person. I've had shoes go to shit before. That's what it just felt like. Just something was tearing up on the inside.
We can chalk that up to the skill of the placement. We'll go.
Yeah, so maybe yeah, at the toes and whatnot. That's where it starts to get fucky when it starts to break down.
Mm.
I hate when shoes start to wear from the bottom.
Yep.
So when you walk in water, it fills in your shoe, and you just want to die.
You got temporary trench foot.
Right.
You don't like wet socks?
Oh my
Who
god.
in their right mind
Who the fuck
would
does?
wet socks?
You microwave them after they're wet, and then it's toasty.
All right, you're
Why the fuck
You're
would
done.
you do that?
Yeah, that is Black Force energy right there.
Can you imagine that fucking smell after that?
Oh god, dude.
You want to drink some dirty foot water?
Right after you open the microwave, the steam that engulfs the room.
I can guarantee you he's the type to take shots out of a shoe.
I mean,
Okay, have you done that?
not yet.
Okay, yeah.
Him, probably.
That'd be a big
Oh,
ass.
that's
I'd
so
want to
gross.
fill up the entire thing. You know what? Yeah, I could take a shot out of a shoe.
I don't see the appeal in it though.
There isn't
'Cause
an
it's just-
appeal. There isn't. But when
it's
you're
just-
drunk, there's a lot of things that suddenly seem really fucking stupid. But I was like, yeah, you know what? I kind of like that. Let me do it.
You know, I'd do it like I'd want to be more creative because everyone's done a shoe. You know, it's something that, you know, somebody in the right mind wouldn't normally, you know, drink out of.
Oh, I've done body shots, or I've had body shots done off of me before.
We done like a condom, like they kind of just filled it up and then like you squeeze it out like a juice box.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I know some condoms are apparently flavored because I remember watching that Moist Critical video about it. I wouldn't want the taste of whiskey to mix with like a cherry flavored condom. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you've never heard about flavored condoms before the YouTuber told you about it.
Haven't. No.
That's interesting. All right. It's like a huge part of like you know, media and whatnot.
Really? So there, if I open up Fox News right now, I can find an article.
Not fucking mainstream fucking news media. Like I'm talking like Alex fucking Jones here.
Oh, Alex
It's
Jones.
like
Okay, all right, I'm gonna type
media in
Alex,
general, like in movies and TV shows.
Alex Jones flavored condom.
Yeah, because Fox News is going to talk about flavored condoms and shots.
You know, at this point, for that to be an article for any news source, it wouldn't blow my mind.
Honest to God, I should have done that as a current event in high school. I feel like that would have went well.
Could have done it as your project.
I could have. My senior project. I would take a whiskey shot out of a condom. And then do demonstrations.
It's completely like last second blow off your friends. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do a whiskey shot out of a condom instead.
I can't find something, unfortunately.
Fuck your trailer. I gotta go do whiskey shots real quick from history.
How would you even connect? Okay, so like, let's say you do, you know, act this out. How would you connect that, you know, to history?
You would just bring up how condoms were made back then, and then how whiskey.
Condoms and whiskey, and then this became, you know,
What
an
the
agglomeration of birth of a new creation.
What the
Right.
actual fuck? Are there edible condoms? Yes, there are. What the fuck? Why? All right.
Dude, we're living in the 21st century. You look something up, it exists.
All right, that's fair. Is good.
God, that's so fucking gross.
All right, I just typed in best flavored condoms, and then one of the other questions that people also ask: are there edible condoms?
Fuck. How is that
This
something that
generation
like
is so fucked.
I haven't even like thought of that. Like that thought has never crossed my mind until now.
It's a romantic. You know, you get to taste yourself. You get to taste your woman. You know, that's
I'm just thinking of it like a fruit roll-up, like the texture of that.
yeah. Okay, it does say that they do not provide any protection against pregnancy or sexually transmitted infections, so it's really not a condom.
The fuck is it for? So it's just that.
It's just to eat it. That's all it's there.
Well, I'm sure they have to say that to be careful, you know, because it's probably very, you know, anything edible is gonna have to be breakaway.
For the that when women give blowjobs, instead of tasting semen, they taste them
Yeah.
condom.
And then what, they eat it afterwards? Dude, that's
It
gonna make me
dissolves in their
fucking gag.
mouth.
You know what?
What if it dissolves in their mouth?
I
don't know.
Yeah, that's fuck.
Hey, all right. Here's one that's actually kind of interesting and kind of nice. Glow in the dark condoms are FDA approved.
Hey, there you go.
That's good to know. All right, I'm glad I found it.
FDA. Wait, is it FDA? Doesn't that stand for Food and Drug Administration?
They
Oh,
approve.
fuck.
They approve everything.
Okay.
And you know damn well people are gonna buy it.
Condoms that taste good. Strawberry flavored condoms from Royal are right stock
All
pick.
right.
They taste
All right.
really good. They taste,
Jesus.
That stuff on the podcast today.
This is the Valentine's episode, everyone.
people also ask, what size is extra small?
What the fuck?
How do I
All right,
microscopic?
we actually have a new chat from Taya here.
Oh yeah.
I love that both of my managers are in here talking about edible condoms now. Is this
Yeah.
being like nice? This feels like a reunion. We have like two people that I haven't talked to in a while just in here.
I was gonna say off topic. When was the last time we saw each other? It's been a hot minute.
Stay of eighth
Yeah.
grade.
Yeah, I'd have
Wow.
to say probably middle school. Yeah.
Yeah, that's been some time. I do have to say I missed the old group, but fuck, it's been a while.
Yeah.
I hated that school though. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, it's garbage.
I think it's even worse now.
Yeah, I can attest to that. All right,
Okay. He goes there to class.
even if I don't go there, I'm already suffering from their fucking laziness. All right, I don't even go there, and I'm suffering.
I was gonna say, like, ever since I left, how bad did it get?
I mean, it was fun.
It was fun for my freshman and sophomore year.
I ran the school last year pretty much. Teachers told students to go to me if they had questions about things.
Bruh.
I suppose I didn't really even ask after I left junior year. Did they just like start getting lazy?
It seems like
I feel like they were always lazy.
COVID happened.
Well, I mean, they're always lazy, but I mean, you know, lazy for them, which
Right. Yeah, it was something else.
yeah, that's
I do remember our old times though. Those were the fun. Like back
Yeah,
at the
go
old
on.
building. I was a little fucking shit. No one liked me.
Well, I mean, we had our own company going up, like Dirt.
Oh God. I feel like I remember that.
Do you remember it at all, or
God, I feel like I do, but
it was
again,
just
like,
for that
those are-
one term?
The old math teachers, well, the math teacher while you were there, their e-term that we did, and we made inflatable phone cases.
what?
Why does that sound so fucking familiar?
he took us to Best Buy during class, and, like got us coffee.
Yo, that's fucking crazy.
Do you remember it all?
Unlocks the new memory. That's crazy.
Oh, okay. So we brought him back. That's good.
There was a lot of shit that we did. I remember biking.
Oh shit! Forgot about that.
I think we biked all the way to like Silver Lake. I think
Yeah.
the town I used to live in. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was how long ago now? It's like
Holy shit. Years.
yeah, almost over half a decade. It's yeah.
Well, I'm
I guess what?
hoping that we're all going to better places and doing good shit.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose you
No,
guys asked me at the beginning of the podcast like what I've been doing. I suppose what have you guys been doing with your time?
Right before we do that. I mean, Taya added something in the chat here. Unfortunately, the only thing I remember about you, Jordan, is Seven Nation Army all the time, dude.
Oh my god, that is.
Dude, I remember teaching you like the first part of it on like the keyboard, and you were just blown away.
Yo, I remember that.
Nice job with the docs.
I remember like I was like, I
Oh,
thought I was,
right,
like,
yeah.
top shit too that I could do the very beginning part.
Dude, how do you think I felt that I taught you that? And yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I started.
Yeah, those were.
around. I started rocking around like I can do the beginning of the Nation Army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Battlefield 1 days.
Hell yeah.
Last school year, there was a basketball game in a different town that we had to go to. The school wasn't ready for us to come in, so we just sat at this bar and waited. There was one of those things where you can, like a jukebox thing. Tay and I played Seven Nation Army just because we saw it and thought of you and thought it
Yeah.
would be funny to annoy everyone else on the basketball team who didn't know who you were.
Yep. Seven Nation Armies became my trademark.
Cult of personality.
It's a good song. Both of those are
Right.
good songs.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, knock it. It's a good song.
It's a really good song. I think I just listened to it last night. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, you definitely left an impression on the school even after you were gone. So
Yeah. Good times. I remember the Logan Sons always wanted to beat me up, and I was like, not good. Not right now, my guy.
Wait, Logan.
Logan?
Logan.
wait, yeah, we have some fun story. Well, first off, I remember for that biking e-term, I remember I was just braking wrong, and then I ended up just doing a head-on collision with him on his bike.
How are you breaking wrong?
I don't fucking know. I don't remember if I swerved or if I don't know.
I remember that because then I saw that shit, and then 5 minutes after that, I ate shit afterward.
Wait, what?
I remember when you fucking crashed into his ass, and
Right.
was like a little bit ways of you, and I started laughing, and then I eat shit afterward.
Wait, what, did something happen?
No, I was just not paying attention. And
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
I'm just don't know how to ride a bike apparently, and I ate shit.
Yeah. I remember I got up and I was asking if he was all right.
I think the one kid that got on my nerves the most was Stetson.
Bruh.
Sorry. So what were you saying, Molly?
Didn't you put a KKK poster in Logan's locker in ninth grade?
What the fuck? I don't even remember this. Might have been his. It might have been Stetson's. I don't fucking remember, but I remember for me in middle school, I wanted to be neutral with everyone. And then in high school, I just started fucking with everyone. What?
I love that. That's awesome.
Wait, what did you say, Molly?
No, because I remember you put one in someone's locker, and I remember walking by Logan and being like, someone put a fucking KKK poster in my locker.
Okay, so it was him then.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even remember making that thing. What the fuck?
We had to make it for social studies history class.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so clarification, I wasn't, a white supremacist. Yeah. In my fucking high school years, it was for a project. Now that's coming back to me for social studies.
Fucking
But
awesome.
yeah, that was... That's wonderful. And then...
KKK poster.
Christmas Past. Carter and I can talk about that one as well.
Goddamn.
Yeah, we kind of... Again, with my whole fucking with everyone just because I'm bored mindset, I just kind of added everyone that like I have access to their Facebook accounts to like a huge messenger group chat. And then we, I don't remember what we did specifically, but I think we tried to do like a giant video call or voice call for some fucking reason. I don't remember what we were trying to do. Do you have like any memory of that at all?
No, what we were specifically trying to do, I know we just added a fuck ton of people. It might have been like an Avengers thing. I don't remember.
No, it was before Avengers even. It was before that was like even popular.
I don't know. Whatever it was, most people didn't participate, but we got one person to call with us, Logan.
Yeah. And then, dude, I don't even remember if I had the OG notes that I wrote it down that night, but yeah, we were saying that he wasn't treating his toys right. we're the ghosts of Christmas past, and he needs to like, better himself or whatnot. It was something about socks. It was all over the place.
But it wasn't malicious.
Yeah, it was just like out of fucking nowhere because we were bored. May I reiterate? And we just wanted to fuck with someone, and he just happened to be the only one to pick up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then after we hung up, his sister girlfriend kind of went into the group chat or whatever and started like saying that she's gonna call the police or something because
No, she messaged us personally. I remember.
Oh, personally, she tracked us down.
Yeah, she said that she was going to be in contact with the police because we were harassing him. Meanwhile,
And
it's,
like saying that we that life or that school is better without him and whatnot.
I mean, it was, but like,
I mean, yeah, we didn't even say that though.
but no, then yeah, nothing happened up until lunch, where then we got called down to the principal's office because that bitch is a coward. She couldn't stand to face us alone, so she had her one of her other friends there for moral support.
Yeah.
All right. And the funniest part about the entire thing to me still, and it might be biased, but is as soon as all of us are in the room, before anyone gets a chance to say anything, I open up with, "I don't know why your brother is making up lies about us." They were boyfriend and girlfriend. I genuinely thought that they were brother and sister. Genuinely thought it. From what I remember, from what I remember you telling me, Jason, she had a look of utter confusion. It was
she was just baffled, I guess, flabbergasted.
It's fucking crazy.
Twincest incest motherfuckers are weird. Apparently,
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Is Logan's son still with Lily?
I'm not sure.
If anyone would know, I guess it would be you.
Fuck no! I try to cut off all ties with that.
We could, you know what? I think for our next guest, we should try and see if we can get Logan on.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I've been trying to get controversial guests on here from our past, so I mean,
we can talk.
Me and Logan
Yeah,
are in the same call. That's gonna not go great.
we can talk about the incident. We can clear the air.
Yeah.
We can ask him questions about it.
I could tell him that I intentionally crashed my bike into him.
Yeah, I meant you.
Yeah, we're just creating enemies.
I've seen him recently at where I work, and it's always so awkward.
Oh, that's right. Does he look like he's hit the pipe at all, or?
He looks the same, just add some facial hair.
He's got that pedophile mustache going or something.
Kinda. I did see
that will do it.
one time. She looked insanely young, but the way they were acting together made me question what relationship they had. I don't know if she's just young looking or if she is actually young.
Scary.
Jesus.
Is this your? And you should have just walked up to him. Is this your sister, or are you calling those things girlfriends now?
I'm not you.
I mean, that's what would be super fun is something I aspire is to create like a full on like sting operation, Chris Hansen style.
Yeah.
With the crowd
I watch that shit all the time.
Oh, you do? I've been just like binging it. Like every once in a while, I just like binge it and then like I go back to it.
Right. I think my favorite one is when they give the excuses, like, they show the dirty chat logs and then they're like, I came here to tell the boy, not to do this. Like, what?
Well, I mean,
I'm a good person.
Actually,
I'm a good person.
I'm not like this typically. What you see here isn't who I am.
Someone hacks my phone, you see, and
yeah,
me talking.
Somebody else used that was an actual excuse. Somebody else was hacked into my account. Well, you're the one who showed up though.
I couldn't think of a lie on that one. You got me there.
I thought this was my mom's house. My bad.
Do you have like a favorite one specifically?
No, God.
Okay.
There was this one guy. He was awfully tall. he had like the Walter haircut and very fucking creepy. I don't know if he like brought Cheetos. I think
Oh, okay.
like the Snapple juice.
Okay, so you're talking about the Crime Watch one.
I think so.
Yeah, that one was my favorite as well.
Yeah. And then like
It's like
he gets there and then offers like a hug immediately.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, I'm already uncomfortable.
Yep.
Like,
Dude, when you think of a pedophile, his face is like what comes to everyone's mind.
yes. If you look up pedophile in the dictionary, his face pops up.
It's just on there. Yeah, it's just he's
just-
greasy.
You gotta get like those big freaking glasses on his face, and there it is.
Yeah. He probably has those. Probably had his contacts in that day.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or like the other one that I really like is the pizza guy.
Oh, Jeff Sokol.
Yeah. He's like
I remember
setting
his
up the pizza as they're reading the chat.
offered him a slice before he went to go get arrested.
Right. You want a slice? No.
Dude, how is he that fucking calm? Like that just has to show that he like doesn't actually,
Well, I think
it doesn't phase him as something that's wrong. What?
I think he knew he was done for, so he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna eat this last pizza before I'm done."
Yeah.
Well, yeah, last good
It's the
fucking
last-
slice of pizza.
Last pizza that you're...
Slice in.
Dude, whenever I check the comments in that video, there's always this one comment. It's just that pizza has no business looking that good.
Or like the one, like, how dare they go into that man's mouth and not something.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah. No,
a horrible advertisement for that company.
Molly and I have to head out. I'm not sure if you still want to continue this, but
All right, yeah, that's fair. We're like 33 minutes over.
but no, yeah, this was good. Thank you, Black Lung. This was
Very entertaining.
yeah. Again, I mean, I don't know if you will, but I mean, if you ever tell that friend of yours to try Best Buy and see how they go, I'll wait.
Hey, I see her tomorrow. It's gonna happen.
All right. Next time
I'll
you're
let
on,
you guys know.
yeah, next time you're on, I'll ask
Enjoy
you about it.
Yeah, I mean, another good thing about this, you just let me know, and we'll throw you in to another spot for a podcast. And
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Set me up. This was fun. You got me away from my fucking Xbox for once in my life. So
yeah, that's
So-
kind of the reason why I created it.
right. So no, it was fun.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad. I'm assuming we all had fun. I definitely
yeah.
did. Yeah, this is was more a better turnout than I thought it would be. And I also think the Rams are losing, so we're gonna lose all our money.
Dang.
So
God damn it.
yeah, sorry.